In a world that never stops talking, silence is often mistaken for sadness. If you are someone who prefers staying home on a Friday night rather than going to a crowded party, or if you find peace in long walks by yourself, you have likely faced judgment. People might ask if you are okay, or they might label you as antisocial, shy, or even lonely. Society constantly tells us that being popular and constantly surrounded by others is the ultimate sign of success and happiness. But psychology tells us a very different story. There is a profound difference between being lonely and being alone. Loneliness is a feeling of lack, a pain caused by the absence of connection. But solitude is a choice. It is a state of being where you are not lacking anything, but rather you are finding comfort within yourself. If you are someone who genuinely enjoys your own company, it does not mean there is something wrong with you. In fact, research suggests it means you possess a specific set of psychological strengths that are becoming increasingly rare in our hyperconnected world. You are not an outcast. You are likely a person with deep internal resources. If this sounds like you, here are 6 rare traits that you likely possess. Number 1. You possess an exceptional level of self-awareness. Most people go through life reacting to the world around them. They are constantly bombarded by the opinions of friends, the noise of social media, and the expectations of society. They rarely have a moment to sit with their own thoughts. But you are different. Because you spend time alone, you have engaged in what psychologists call introspection. You have faced your own thoughts, your anxieties, and your dreams without distraction. Research indicates that people who are comfortable with solitude tend to have a much clearer understanding of who they are. You know your strengths, and more importantly, you know your weaknesses. You don't need constant external validation to know your worth because you have built that validation internally. While others are swayed by trends or peer pressure, you remain grounded because your compass comes from within, not from the crowd. This self-awareness is a superpower that allows you to make better decisions and live a life that is true to your values. Number 2. You have a highly developed sense of empathy. This might sound contradictory. How can someone who spends time alone be good with people? The answer lies in observation. When you are not the center of attention, or when you step back from the noise of the group, you become a watcher. You notice the things that others miss. A slight change in a friend's tone of voice, a hesitation in someone's movement, or the sadness behind a smile. Psychology suggests that people who enjoy solitude are often highly sensitive to emotional cues. You process the world deeply. Because you are not constantly fighting for the spotlight, you have the mental bandwidth to truly listen and understand others. Your empathy isn't superficial. It is deep. When you do connect with someone, you connect on a level that most people never reach. You don't just hear what people say, you feel what they mean. Number 3. You are naturally creative and intellectually independent. History's greatest minds, from Einstein to Tesla to artists and writers, all shared a common trait: a love for solitude. Why? Because the brain needs silence to enter a flow state. It is difficult to have an original thought when you are constantly consuming the thoughts of others. If you enjoy being alone, you have likely cultivated a rich inner world. You are comfortable daydreaming, planning, and thinking outside the box. Research shows that solitude is a crucial ingredient for creativity. When you are alone, your brain is able to wander, to make connections between unrelated ideas, and to solve problems without the pressure of being judged. You are not afraid to think differently because you are used to being with your own mind. Your independence allows you to form opinions that are truly your own, rather than just echoing what the news or your friends are saying. Number 4. You value time, both yours and others. People who enjoy solitude understand that time is a limited resource. Because you are comfortable being alone, you do not tolerate relationships or activities that feel like a waste of time. You don't engage in drama, gossip, or shallow small talk just to fill the silence. To you, silence is better than meaningless noise. This makes you incredibly selective with who you let into your life. Some might call this picky, but it is actually a sign of high self-respect. You view social interaction as an exchange of energy. If an interaction drains you without giving anything back, you politely step away. But this also means that when you do give someone your time, you are giving them a precious gift. You are fully present. You are not checking your phone or looking over their shoulder for someone better to talk to. You value quality over quantity in every aspect of your life. Number 5. You have incredible emotional resilience. Life is difficult. We all face heartbreak, failure, and stress. For those who rely entirely on others for their emotional stability, these moments can be shattering. If someone needs a group of friends to distract them every time they feel sad, they never learn how to self-soothe. But you have spent time in the trenches of your own mind. You have learned how to be with yourself when things are hard. If you enjoy being alone, it means you have developed coping mechanisms that don't rely on other people. You can process your emotions, analyze a bad situation, and come up with a plan to move forward. This doesn't mean you don't need support, but it means you are not helpless without it. This resilience is a rare strength. It makes you a rock for others because you are steady within yourself. Number 6. You are fiercely loyal. There is a misconception that people who like being alone don't care about friends. The truth is usually the opposite. Because you are selective, and because you don't need 100 acquaintances to feel popular, the few people you do allow into your inner circle mean the world to you. You treat relationships with a level of seriousness that is rare today. You are not interested in superficial connections. If you call someone a friend, you mean it. Psychology shows that introverts or solitary people often have the strongest, longest-lasting friendships. You are the type of person who keeps secrets, who shows up when it matters, and who listens without judgment. Your circle may be small, but it is made of iron. You prefer a deep conversation with one person over a shallow party with 50. So, the next time you feel the pressure to be more social, or to fit into a mold that doesn't feel right, remember this. Your ability to be alone is not a flaw. It is a sign of a mature, complex, and resilient mind. In a noisy world, the ability to find peace within yourself is perhaps the greatest skill you can have. Embracing your solitude gives you the clarity to see the world as it is, and the strength to walk your own path. If you recognized yourself in these traits, take a moment to appreciate the unique way your mind works. You are building a life of depth and meaning. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to understand more about your own psychology and how to leverage your mind for success, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We explore the hidden drivers of human behavior every week, helping you unlock your full potential. Welcome to the community.